Shevrin, could you talk briefly before we get back to the local activism about what it's like in the halls of the Capitol dealing with corporate lobbyists? How big of an issue that is? Obviously, it's a bigger issue with certain ones versus other ones, but what is that like? And would you say that that's one of the biggest issues that we do face?
Well, truth be told, I'll be honest with you, that lobbyists are what you make it, right? Because at the end of the day, if lobbyists, if you're using the lobbyists and saying that I'm using a vote to actually pay you back, then so be it. That's where it's at. Whereas someone like myself, you can call my office and they can tell you the truth how I operate with that. Yeah, I am not at all. I am not going to give you an answer in my office on whether or not I'm going to vote for a bill that you're supporting just because you gave me a donation. I don't care who you are, because it just doesn't roll like that. And I repeat, the district that I represent, if your values of what the company that you represent does not align with the people who I represent, I'm not voting for it. Right. Now, there are some people who they believe that, I'm going to vote in favor of lobbyists who I support. And let me say this, because I'm no fool. There's any legislator who say that I can't or I don't talk to any lobbyists because lobbyists are X, Y, and Z. All lobbyists are not bad. Sometimes you have to depend on that, especially in the Senate. You have to depend on some of them to give me the information, but I do it different. My office will tell you, I ask lobbyists, lobby me from both sides, from your client and from the other side, because that helps me to make the better decision when you get out. But I'm more interested in you lobbying me from the other side, not from your client, right? Talk to me about that. And so corporate lobbyists, is it a problem? I can only speak for me, because I don't.
Not a problem for you.
No, I can only speak to what I make of it, right? There are other individuals, in all fairness, how they handle lobbyists is they use lobbyists to their advantage, and they coalesce to them to do what they paid them to do, unfortunately.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? I actually went to law school to be a lobbyist. I was working for the state of Indiana business, the Chamber of Commerce. And I was so into the whole legislative process and watching the lobbyists and everything. And I decided I was going to go to law school and be a lobbyist for nonprofit. I thought, okay, I'm going to work for the Innocence Project or, something like that. And so it's funny, but and I am not anti-lobbyist. I think that it's very important, because when you go to Congress or you're in the State House, you're not an expert on things like farming or education even, or whatever, like everybody. And so you rely on these people for reports, for information, and for the right language to do certain things. And the truth is, we want to rely on experts in fields for those things. We want that. Trust me. You don't want the people just sitting in Congress writing up they don't know they don't know the industries. So you need lobbyists. I just think that there should not be any financial transactions. There needs to be a way to ban it. And I've also said that I would support Congress people wearing body cams during lobbyist meetings. Somebody put out this thing a while ago about requiring lobbyists to wear body cams. No, I didn't come up with that. Somebody said something about lobbyists wearing body cams. No, but then I was thinking about it. I'm like, why should they wear body cameras? They're not on my payroll. They're not beholden to me. My congressperson's beholden to me, just like your law enforcement is beholden to you. I don't think that a private lobbyist should be having to be, they don't owe me anything. They're just doing what they're doing. My representative should be on it. Yes, I would like to know what you're doing in your meeting with those lobbyists. I think that would be a fine thing.
And like you said, some are going to be better about it than others, and especially in your case, in your district, you're very popular, and, they have to come to you. It's not like you have to go to them. Yeah. I think that also plays a role as well.
And and another reason why I'm careful in how I talk about lobbyists is because, there are some lobbyists who represent interest groups who you and I all support, whether it be from the as far as abortion and Planned Parenthood and those individuals. I don't want to set them outside, because they are lobbyists also who are representing their interests, and they're coming to talk to me also. So
that's what I always tell people. It's not a lobbying problem. Okay. The lobbyists are not our problem. Our representatives are failing to represent us because they're being holded to corporate. Exactly.
Exactly. How you use it. Exactly.
That's like saying the problem is the drugs. No, the drugs isn't the problem. The using of the drugs is the problem. You know, like everything. Right. That's the thing.
Yeah, well, again, that's and as you know, we have more private prisons in the state of Florida than any other state in the country. I can only imagine, Geo Group and any of the other organizations. That's the side. There's always, like you said, you can't just throw the baby out with the bathwater.
No.
Not all lobbying is bad,
No.
but there are those that lobby for causes that are not for the people, and that in itself is a very big problem.
Thanks for watching. If you want to support our mission to transform politics into service, please like this video, subscribe, follow us on social media, and consider joining our Patreon, where you'll get early access to our interviews as well as other exclusive content. Links are in the description. Peace out.